Hello everyone, this video is about the twins paradox in special relativity. We all know the twins paradox. We have two twins, Alan and Bob. Alan stays on Earth while Bob takes a rocket to go for an interstellar travel. When Bob comes back home, he's younger than his brother. But if Bob was moving with respect to Alan, Alan was moving with respect to Bob. So why Bob is the youngest one at the end of the trip and not the other way around? This is the paradox, which of course is not a paradox at all, and we will see why. All the mathematics we need to understand the paradox is encoded in the Lorentz transformation. I will try to explain the paradox using a visual representation of this transformation. To understand the paradox, we need only the x and t coordinates, and therefore we can represent all the events on a two-dimensional plane. Of course, each event is the same for any possible observer. We draw the lines for two observers on the plane. In this example, the x and t coordinates are associated to horizontal and vertical lines, but this is not the only way. We may do it the other way around or in any way we like. The important thing is that to each event we can associate two separate sets of coordinates for the two observers. An important feature of special relativity, which is very important to understand the twins paradox, is the relativity of contemporaneity. Let's suppose Alan is on the Earth and very far in space there is a cloud of dust which one day will condense and form a star, and the star, after a long time, will collapse and form a supernova. All this hasn't happened yet. Let's suppose now that Alan can withstand any acceleration, so we can accelerate him to a different reference frame in a time which is more with respect to the distance and time in which the star will evolve. During the acceleration, the line of same-time events for Alan will change, and therefore Alan will find himself in a new reference system where the very far cloud has already started condensing, has become a star, a supernova, or even a reference system where the whole process has already finished. You may wonder whether Alan will see the sky changing because the light coming from the star is coming from a future time. The thing is that Alan is still very close to the Earth, and the photons that are getting to the Earth are events in space-time, and they are the same photons regardless the reference frame in which Alan is. After the acceleration, Alan will just get photons which are coming from a further distance and they have been traveling for a longer time, but they are still the same photon he was receiving before. We go back to the paradox now. Alan and Bob are on the Earth. Bob sets off for his travel by accelerating himself in a new reference system till he gets to a very fast star. When Bob gets to the star, according to Alan, 2 units of time have elapsed. According to Bob, around 1.5. In the original paradox, Bob will come back home at the same speed. At the end of the trip, Alan will have experienced 4 units of time elapsed, and Bob around 3. Bob is younger than Alan. That was the original paradox. We want to show something different here. When Bob gets to the star, according to him, about 1 unit of time has elapsed for Alan. According to him, Alan is the youngest one. They disagree on this point. They disagree because they are in 2 different reference systems. We conclude that to agree on who is the youngest one, they need to be in the same reference system. We have 2 cases. Case 1, Bob decides to jump into Alan's reference system. By doing so, his line of same-time events will change. Alan and Bob then can meet traveling at a speed which is much lower than speed of light, and Bob will be the younger one. Case 2 is now Alan that decides to jump into Bob's reference system by accelerating himself. By doing so, also his line of same-time events will change. Alan and Bob, as before, can meet by traveling at a speed which is much lower than speed of light. In this case, Alan will be the younger one. We see that when the twins are far away in space-time, to decide who is younger than who, they need to be in the same reference system, and the final result will depend by who has jumped in whom reference system. This solves the paradox. This explains why a clock on a GPS satellite will tick slower than a clock on Earth. The satellite, by following a circular orbit around the Earth, will keep changing its reference system, and the average speed of this system with respect to the one on Earth is zero. Thanks for watching.